Hello everyone, I am Hathiram, working as a physics teacher from past 8 years. Previously I worked in schools like Triveni IIT Impact and SRDC school, and I have completed my masters in power industrial drives, and I have completed my BEd in physics and mathematics. In today's demo I am going to discuss about electric current. Before going to the electric current, we will discuss regarding to the few basics of electric current, that is atoms. We know atoms are nothing but the very tiny particles. In a universe, everything is made up of atoms. So conductors are nothing but which carries electric current. Those also made up of the atoms. Here atom is a very tiny particle. In the atom there is a nucleus. In a nucleus there is a protons and neutrons will be. Protons have a positively charged, neutrons have a no charge. In the around the nucleus there is shells are present. Those shells we will call as orbits also. In the orbits there is electrons revolve around it. Here if you will take any atom, like an example neon, if you take, its atomic number is 10, so protons are equal to 10 and electrons also around this is 10 will be. In the first cell there is 2 electrons are present, and the second cell there is 8 electrons are present. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So here if you see, these are out 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and along with this 2 electrons, totally 8 electrons are present in the atom. Coming to the atom, like the copper atomic number is nothing but 29. In the nucleus there is a totally 29 protons are present, and here the neutrons are present. They are neutrally charged, they doesn't having any kind of charge. Around the protons there is electrons are present. In the first shell there is 2 electrons are present. In the second cell there is 8 electrons are present. In the third shell there is 18 electrons are present. If you count now, there is 2 plus 8 it is 10, 10 plus 8 is 18 is 28. In the third shell there is only 1 electron is present. So this electron is having only 1 electron in the outermost shell. We will call this electron as free electrons. So these free electrons are basic for the flow of current. Means if there is a free electrons are present in the atom, then these free electrons are easily move from the one atom to another atom. The motion of the electron from one atom to another atom we will call as electric current. Means if the electrons are loosely bounded, means in an outermost shell this electron is loosely bounded, these loosely bounded electron we will call as a free electron. So this free electron is travels from the one atom to another atom. So the motion of the electron from one atom to another atom we will call as a electric current. So now if there is a free electrons are not present in any kind of material which is made up of atom, then that material we will call as a insulator. Means if there is a materials are categorized into 2 types in electric current based on the electrons and protons. So the excess of electrons, we will call as a negative charge, and the less electrons, means less electrons are present, which we will call as a positively charged. We can say, in other word, excess of electron is nothing but a gaining of electron is nothing but a negatively charged, and loss of electron is called as a positively charged. Let us take an example. A person is walking on a mat. When he is walking, before walking, here a person having electrons, because it is made up of atom. As we discussed, in a universe, everything is made up of the atoms. So the person is having atoms, and he having electrons and protons, and this mat also having electrons and protons. When he walk, then the friction while he walking, rubbing against the two floors, the person is gains electron from the floor to the doormat to the person's body. When the person is walks and he touches the doorknob, then the person hand onwards, the electrons are travels from the person hand to the doorknob. Then he used to get a shock. Means he loses the electron. When he loses the electron, then he getting a transfer of electricity from body to this metal. It kind of a shock is nothing but the electrostatic energy is transferred from the person body to the doorknob. Then the transfer of electricity takes place. This we will call as a flow of electricity. That flow of electricity is a static electricity. This flow of electricity is nothing but a static flow of electricity. Because of flow of electrons are taking place from the person body to the knob. Afterwards, if you touch again, there is no shock is caused by the person, because the electrons how much required to transfer from person body to the doorknob is equal after it is. Then person and as well as the doorknob is comes under the equilibrium. Under the equilibrium condition, there is no flow of electrons that takes place. Then the person doesn't get the shock. Means here we can say charges are basically two types. One is a positively charged and another one is a negatively charged. Positive charge is nothing but a gaining of an electron. Negative charge is nothing but a loss of electron. So the electrons having their value in terms of the negative electron E is equals to minus 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. Means charge of an electron is measured in terms of coulomb, and at the same time positive electron, that is nothing but a proton, is having a same charge value 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. Then here 1 coulomb is nothing but 1 by, it is 1 by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 number of electrons. Means 1 coulomb having these many number of electrons, that is equal to 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 number of electrons are present in 1 coulomb. So the biggest value or the biggest measurement of the electric charge, that is electron value, is nothing but in terms of coulomb is 1.6 into 10 to the power of 19 coulombs. And 1 coulomb contains number of electrons are nothing but 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 number of electrons. Similarly, the value of electric charge, that is negative electric charge value, is 1.6 into 10 to the power of 19 minus 19 coulombs. The same positive charge value is in terms of positive will be, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. So here the charge what we discussed is nothing but the flow of electrons. Sorry, it is current, that is electric current. What do you mean by current? Current is nothing but if there is a conductor, if you take this conductor is made up of the small tiny atoms. In a atom, this is made up of, let us, copper. Then in outermost shell there is one free electron is present. Then this free electron is move from the one atom to the another atom easily. The motion of an electron from one atom to another atom we will call as the electric current. What do you call as electric current? So basically when there is no external electric force is connected like a potential difference, then this not connected, then the electrons which are moved from one place to another place in a conductor randomly from left to right through a cross section area A. So if there is a Q charges, nothing but there is 1 lakh electrons are travels from the left to right. Similarly, 1 lakh electrons travels from the right to left. So net charge flowing through the cross section area A is equal to 0. If the net charge is equal to 0, then current flowing through the conductor is a 0. If in case there is a potential difference is connected, let us imagine there is a potential difference is connected, then in that case, when there is a potential difference is connected across the terminals of a conductor, then the electrons are start moving from point A to the point B. They are moving from point A to the point B. From point A to the point when they are moving at that time the net charge is not equal to 0. If the net charge is not equal to 0, then we can say that some current is traveling from the point A to the point B. That is I is equals to the charge, net charge is traveling a Q charge crossing through the cross section area in a time t, then we will call as a electrical current. Means the mechanical definition of electric current is nothing but there is a Q charges are crossing through the cross section area A per unit time is called as a electrical current. So charge units is nothing but coulombs and time units is nothing but seconds. So 1 coulomb of charge crossing through the cross section area A in a 1 second is called as a ampere. So ampere is a complete unit. While writing in a symbolic form, it is a scientist name, we have to write a capital letter, and while writing complete name we have to start with a small letter. So here electric current is nothing but the charge crossing the cross section area per unit time. So this current you can say as a average current, while instantaneous current is nothing but in a very short interval of a time the Q charge is crossed through the cross section area, then we will call as a instantaneous current, that is a dq upon a dt. So instantaneous current is written in the form of a differential form, that is when a short interval of a time current is flows from the charges are flows from one point of a conductor to the another point of a conductor, then we can say that it is as an instantaneous current. Its units also same like a ampere. So if you see there is a Q, we written here the Q. Q is nothing but charge which is always in the form of integral multiple of electron. Means this charge is always in terms of number into charge, means like a 10 electrons or 100 electrons in terms of integer will be. So we can write as I is equals to average current is equals to N into E by T. This is another form of another formula for the average current. Coming to the next concept, in this we are going to discuss regarding to the what is mean by the potential difference. Potential difference. So here we said there is a conductor is there. So in a conductor we connected a battery. That battery we will call another name as a potential difference. So when a potential difference is connected across the terminals of a conductor, then at a point A and between the point B, the Q charges experiences a force, that force we will call as electric force. So due to the electric force, the Q positive charge is moving from point A to the point B through a L length. Then due to the application of force, Q charge is moving through a L length between the ends of a conductor. Then due to the force of application on the charge done some work, because when there is a force is applied on a body, it moves through a L length, then it does some work. So work done is nothing but force into displacement, whereas the force is nothing but electric force due to the battery which is connected across the terminals of a conductor, which is Fe force, and due to the Fe force the charge is moved through a length L. Then work done is equals to Fe into L. Work done units is joules. Work done units is joules. Then potential difference means work done by a electric force to move a unit positive charge from point A to the point B. Work done by a electric force to move a unit positive charge means potential difference is nothing but a work done per unit charge. Whereas work done is nothing but Fe into L upon charge is Q. Units are nothing but joule per units per charge is coulomb. So when the force applied on a charge, then it does 1 joule of work on a 1 coulomb is called as a 1 volt. Means the work done is nothing but potential difference is nothing but work done upon a charge, that is Fe into L upon Q. Units are volts. Means 1 joule of work is done in a 1 second is called as a 1 volt of a potential difference. So another name for the potential difference we use as a voltage. Another name is a voltage. So voltage or potential difference is the same. Means in terms of voltage, same definition. If you say when there is a voltage is connected across that is the battery is connected across the terminals of a conductor, then it does some work to move a unit positive charge from point A to the point B. So that is nothing but a voltage. So it is denoted with a symbolic representation. V is equals to work done per charge, that is Fe into L upon Q, measured in terms of volts. So the device used to measure the potential difference, the device used to measure the potential difference is nothing but a voltmeter. Device used to measure the potential difference is a voltmeter, and which is always connected in terms of parallel to the circuit. See here parallel I said. What do you mean by parallel and what do you mean by series? Another word we will get, that is we will discuss in the next. That is potential difference is nothing but one quantity in electric current, that is work done per unit charge. So it is measured in terms of volt, and to measure the potential difference device used is a voltmeter. That voltmeter always connected in terms of parallel to the circuit. And previously we discussed electric current. The electric current is measured with the help of a device called ammeter, and this is connected always in a series to the circuit. Coming to the another term in the electric current, electromotive force. Electromotive force. Simply we will call as a EMF. Epsilon. Symbolic representation epsilon. So let us take a conductor. Let us a big conductor is taken and which is connected across the terminals of a battery. This is a positive terminal of battery and this is negative terminal of a battery. So here there is a negative ions are deposited. Here there is a positive ions are deposited on the terminals of a battery. In the battery there is two forces are present. One is a electric force, another one is a chemical force. Both acts opposite to the every ion which is present in the within the battery. So through this conductor, let us we connected there is one bulb here. So when the bulb is connected, obviously between the terminals of a battery, when bulb is connected, bulb will glow. How does it glow? Let us see. Here we know that a conductor is nothing but having large number of free electrons. So across the total conductor we have a large number of free electrons. So a large number of free electrons are present. So here this is a negative electron and this is a positive terminal. Between the positive and the negative there is attraction is takes place. So the some electrons from the conductor onwards, the positive terminal is attracts and these electrons are missed from here and comes and deposit on the positive terminal. As a result, the positive ions on the positive plate is reduced. And one more thing has happened in a conductor. Due to the attraction of positive ions, there is a hole is created in the conductor. So here there is a chemical force is present in the battery. That chemical force applies a force on the this electron and drags this electron to the D from a positive terminal to the negative terminal. And as a electron is moving towards a negative terminal, between the electrons there is a opposition is created, negative electrons and negative charge. So due to the large repulsive force, the chemical force has done to move an negative charge towards the negative terminal. Then the negative ions are from positive terminal to the negative terminal and they are going deposit on the negative terminal. So when the negative ions are deposited on the negative terminal, there is an excess of electrons becomes and this excess of electrons were pushed by the chemical force into this conductor. As a result, number of electrons in the conductor remains constant. And here the chemical force is done some work to move a negative charge from the positive terminal to the negative terminal is called as a electromotive force. So general definition of the electromotive force can be say as like this: moving a unit positive charge from the negative terminal to the positive terminal is called as electromotive force. Practical definition is nothing but there is a work is done by the chemical force to move an electron from the negative terminal to the positive terminal through a d distance per unit charge is nothing but electromotive force. So electromotive force is nothing but work done by the chemical force on a unit positive charge moving from the the positive terminal to the negative terminal is called as the electromotive force. And the relation between the electric current and the potential difference is given by George Simon Ohms. It is later on we heard as Ohm's law. So here till now we heard there are two things like voltage and current. Whenever there is a potential difference is connected across the terminals of a conductor, then the electrons are moved through a cross section area A per unit time we will call as a electric current. So what is the relation between these two? That is given by George Simon Ohms. We purely known as Ohm's law. What is that? Ohm's law. Ohm's law is nothing but when there is a potential difference is connected across the terminals of a conductor, then the I current is flows through it. These two are directly proportional. So that is, let us say with a simple diagrammatic form. Let us take this is a small iron spoke and this is a conductor. We connected a battery, a ammeter to measure the current flowing through it, and to on or off purpose we use a switch. So this is iron spoke, and how much potential difference is there across the iron spoke? We connect the voltmeter in parallel with the iron spoke. Whenever a switch is on, the potential difference V connected across the terminals of a conductor is directly proportional to the current flowing through it. That is Ohm's. V is directly proportional to I. Whenever the potential difference is connected across the terminals of a conductor is directly proportional to the current at a constant temperature and physical parameters of the conductor. That is length and area of cross section of the iron spoke. So here the ammeter is used to measure how much there is electric current is flowing through the conductor, and voltmeter is used to measure the potential difference across the conductor. Over ammeter is always connected in series with the circuit. Voltmeter is connected across the parallel to the circuit. So here when a proportionality is removed, then V is equals to, here we will get one constant, that constant is called as resistance into current. So voltage is equal to resistance into current. What is mean by the resistance? What is mean by resistance? See, here we have to heard a small concept regarding to the current. In the 19th century, Lorentz and Drude, two scientists, were given regarding to the conductors, that is conductors like metals has large number of free electrons, and positive ions are located in their specific arrangement. The specific arrangement of positive ions are called as a lattice. So in a lattice space, positive ions are fixed. Means if there is a conductor, then the electrons are in a motion and positive ions are fixed in their location. So this arrangement of positive ions is called as a lattice. So purely we can say that In a conductor, only electrons are the charge carriers and positive ions are fixed in their location. So now when a potential difference is connected, the electric force making to motion the electron from the negative terminal to the positive terminal. So electrons are moving in this direction when current is flowing in this direction. So electrons are moving. So when electrons are moving from the negative terminal to the positive terminal, then we can say in their location, that is in lattice space, the positive ions are fixed. So when electron is moving in the positive ions, it goes and collides with the positive ions. As a result, the electron's velocity is decreases. Sometimes it comes to halt. Again, due to the uniform electric field around the conductor, the electrons are again accelerated, and as a result, current is a flow. So in this, the opposition offered to the flow of electrons is called as the resistance. So resistance means we can say the opposition which is offered to the flow of electrons in the conductor we will call as a resistance. So resistance is measured in ohms. Symbolic unit is omega. Omega is nothing but a symbolic representation of ohm, and symbolic representation of resistance is nothing but, so this is like wave structure is we will call as a resistance. So when an electron is flowing through this like the structure same how the electron is flows, it opposes we can say. So the opposition offered to the flow of electrons we will call as a resistance. And this triangle will give you the Ohm's law triangle. So from this is V is equal to I into R, I is equals to V by R, R is equals to V by I. Thank you.